of the Red Arrow Health and Wellness Podcast. I'm your host, Jessica, and I'm with my fantastic co-host,
Marco.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Nice to meet you. Way to make it sound very formal.
Should we shake hands?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Elbow bump. It's COVID times.
COVID times. Yeah.
Or we can pretend like we're actually married to each other.
Yes.
It's been a weird week. I haven't seen much of you this week.
No, I've been lots of things to do at work.
And you
Lots of
like
late
come
nights.
home and like we feed the kids and then it's
And
like
then I pass out.
you pass out and I get on my laptop and yeah, it's been nutty.
I'm pretty tired by the time I get home.
Oh, I know. Well,
It's been a little bit of a rough week. Do you like my new
you look
sternal incision that I got?
yeah,
at
it looks
work?
like just what's peeking out of your shirt looks like you've had like open heart surgery and they've cracked your
Exactly.
sternum open. It's war wounds, battle scars,
battle scars.
perks of the
Oh,
job.
I know. It's BAMF scars.
Bamf scars.
There
Getting
we
back to
go.
last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it
Oh,
is.
with the Bamfs. Well, Bamf. Mm-hmm. What are you drinking tonight?
I have whiskey in my
In a
Tiki
jar?
Man glass.
Whiskey in a jar?
Well, kind of.
I do like that
It kind
song.
of looks like a jar.
Are you familiar with it?
No,
The song Whiskey in a Jar?
no.
Oh, I'll play it for you later.
There's a book called Heart in a Box. It's by Stephen King's son. I think it's. that's what
There's a
it's called.
song about something else in a box too. Justin Timberlake and
It's
Andy
a
Samberg did
pretty
it.
Fun song.
Yeah. Anyway, you got whiskey. What kind of whiskey are you drinking tonight?
Maker's Mark
Ooh, okay.
and sugar-free simple syrup
And
and orange bitters. I finally got
So
some more. I'm so excited about this.
so you're having an old fashioned in a tiki glass.
Yeah, but he's really cute.
He
He
has
has
a
a
tiki-
face.
Yes, he's got a face.
A face.
There you go.
And stripes.
Okay.
All right. Enough about me. What
This
are-
is going to be an interesting episode. Okay.
All right. What are you drinking over there?
What can I say? They have a BBC America is running a 007 marathon right now, so that inspired me, and I'm having a dirty martini.
Neat.
Shaken, not stirred. Vodka martini.
Okay. What
Yeah.
kind of vodka?
What's in the big jar? Kirkland.
Kirkland.
Yeah, Costco
It
brand.
actually tastes
It
pretty
actually is pretty good. We need to do a blind tasting with it, but it's pretty good, and especially for doing these. This one is dirty, 2 olives,
Green olives.
green olives. But I've got it in my nice. We've had these
Yeah, I was going to
glasses.
say that's an awfully pretty glass you have there.
When did you get me these? Well, it was 20, 21, 19?
21st birthday. I bought
21st
you a whole
birthday.
set of different types of glasses.
Glasses. Not all have survived, but these are the martini glasses. And in the stem, it has, I would say a double helix, but it's really like a triple helix,
Yeah.
of glass, like a
Like
bubble,
blown glass.
ripple in the stem. So they're really cool. And of course, with all the moving and everything over the years, some have not survived.
No, but we still have the martini glasses.
But I think we only have
Is this
one.
the only one?
I think this is
That's
the only
funny.
because we had it was martini glass and margarita
Margarita
glasses.
Wine
Wait,
glasses
and
and
wine glasses.
champagne glasses.
Yeah, and I think this is the last of the martini glasses. I don't know if we have any of the others. This might be the last one from the entire set.
It might be,
Wow.
but
All
we're
right, so when we do cheers
old now.
and we toast to this, do it lightly. Not only because martini glasses are inherently unstable, and I don't want to splash on all the equipment. We just also don't want to destroy this last one.
We don't. It's a little bit special.
All right.
Also, my tiki man, he will get you.
All right, Tiki Man with a face.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
That was not so great.
Well, I went very gentle. That's good. That's super dirty.
Oh, nice.
I haven't had a martini in a long time.
You have not.
It went well.
Should put on a tuxedo
I should.
or a pineapple suit.
I happen to have a pineapple suit.
I know.
I have another suit ready for the suit game coming up, which I will discuss when we happen. But yeah, the head coach of Kid 2's team and I, being the world's best ass coach, assistant coach.
Nope,
For-
it's ass coach. It's
For
great.
those who haven't heard of and seen the pictures of the cup or the glass, are the best dressed coaching pair in youth hockey. Last year, the suit game, and he came out the other day, we should wear suits. And then we kept playing around with it, and we found suits on Amazon. And mine had a ton of giant pineapples. He had a full tropical theme with birds and everything, but he had pineapples too.
What did we learn about pineapples?
Yeah, then one of the ladies in the adult league enlightened us that, I guess, and we later found out that it's the upside down pineapples, but she was convinced pineapples in general were
I
like
thought
the
it was
swinger
pineapples
symbol.
in general, too.
But it's the upside down pineapple because the right side up pineapple is the international symbol of hospitality.
Nice.
I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's why South Carolina has it, given that they.
But is it an upside down pineapple?
No, it's a right side up one.
That's
but
good.
They don't grow pineapples in South Carolina, but
maybe if they tried harder, they could.
Maybe.
Don't worry, global warming will get them.
I don't know.
Soon
I
they'll be
mean,
able to.
there's also North Carolina's governor that one time where he's like, I was off, he disappeared for a while. And he's like, I was off hiking, or like it's International Hike Nude Day, or like we being the internet at large.
That guy didn't have a good
And then
time.
he ended up like, he
or
turned out
maybe he did have
he was
a good
in
time.
South America or something having an affair. And yeah, it wasn't good
It
for
was
him.
pretty bad for
Yeah.
him.
Anyways, so where was? Oh, it paired well because you used to make me martinis when I was working out in DC, and I'd come home when we were doing steak night. And even when we went out to dinner, we'd go to steakhouses in the DC area. It was have a dirty martini with it, and we did steak tonight. We had nice T-bones. Oh, delicious! Probably ate too much of that, but
And goat cheese.
we did have goat cheese with it and
Goat
nice
cheese goes
spinach
with
salad.
everything, in case you were wondering.
Oh, it was good, so good. And here we were supposed to have shrimp etouffee tonight.
This is better.
It was. The steaks, yeah. They run out of special on steaks, and like I texted you, like, how would you like to do T-bones instead of shrimp etouffee?
Sold.
Oh, okay.
Done.
Sure, Nolan's girl. That didn't sound right. I can't do it. I'm from Michigan.
Cannot do it.
Okay, New Orleans girl.
Yeah, that's me.
And you wimped out on the etouffee. Not an etouffee person?
It's fine.
I really like a nice crawfish etouffee, but it's hard to
but
get
the
crawfish here in
are
Michigan.
Not good.
No, I was looking at the store and they like,
taste awful.
well, yeah, because the ones they had at the store were like from China.
And they're frozen, and then you unfreeze them, and
taste like
all
ammonia.
the good stuff has been like leached out of it.
Blanched, leached, sucked.
All the good stuff has been leached out of it, and there's nothing left to suck.
Just let me enjoy my martini.
You want to blow bubbles in it?
You and your innuendos. Wow. Where did it even go from there? You like making it hard to segue.
Sorry.
Speaking of segues,
Do we have one?
No, we don't have a segue.
Maybe somebody wants to give us one.
Maybe we'll test it out and like do a podcast episode about it.
We can go back to DC and do Segway tours.
They
It
have them
would
in
be fun.
Chicago.
I don't like Chicago. Sorry, Chicago.
Ugh, I don't really like DC. It was
Yes,
fun to
you
visit.
do.
Well, so I was picking up kid number one from school, and then we have to go down the street, around the corner, down the street again, back into like a residential neighborhood to get to the elementary school to pick up the boys.
Mm-hmm.
And as we were stopped at the major intersection in that part of town, on go through 3 motorized scooters with people. And keep in mind, it was only 41 degrees out without the wind chill, and it was
cold.
windy today. And they had like the new universal mom jacket on. Like these were not high school students.
I don't even know what the Universal Mom jacket is.
The ones that are like big quilted jackets, but they come down to mid calf.
Oh, I do know about that
Yeah.
coat. Okay.
Okay,
A couple
so
of my friends have them.
They're all wearing those
On scooters?
on motorized
That's
scooters,
hilarious.
going whizzing through one of the busiest intersections in the entire county.
Meow.
Yeah. And I'm like, right next to the public high school. And I'm like,
Wait,
Yeah.
are you sure they were moms and not like high schoolers?
they were moms. The only way they could pass as high schoolers if it was like Drew Barrymore in that whatever movie she made, or what was the high school movie where they had the little old lady posing as a high schooler. They were so moms.
So Never Been Kissed and not another teen movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were definitely, I mean, I don't know if they had children. They were of mom age. They were too old to be high school students. They were too old to be traditional college students. They can be non-traditional college students because you can always go back and do other stuff. But they were not in their 20s. They were not in their teens. And they were most like, if they were in their 30s, they've been living hard.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Well.
But
okay.
they had the mom uniform on.
Mom uniform.
Apparently, the mom uniform of 2021.
Okay. I don't even know if Ugg boots are still a thing.
They had like Keds sneakers on one, Ugg boots on another, and I forgot what the other one had on. Running shoes or something.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wear running shoes every day.
I wonder how
but
many
I have to.
of our listeners who are moms are pissed at us right now.
They all might be.
They might be. Look, I'm just
Sorry.
observing what was going on.
Yeah.
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 Or they're relating to it and they're just laughing, going,
I'm
yeah,
sure they're
that's
laughing.
me.
If you're not
Yeah.
laughing, I'm sorry. That's sad for
We're
you.
not trying to offend everybody, but maybe you need a old fashioned or a dirty martini and you'll enjoy it more.
Or hot cocoa.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
With bourbon in it.
Or just hot cocoa.
Or just hot cocoa.
Because it's cold outside.
Maybe. Or,
Hot cocoa and
go
snuggle up by
right
the
on a
fire and listen to
scooter
us. Yay!
and your face will be so frozen, your ears will probably be frozen shut
Oh my
too, and you
God.
won't hear us.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what was up.
I got out of
Three of
my-
them. Three of them. Kid one was laughing her rear end off.
I got out of my car today to get gas, and I was like, I'm not wearing my coat. I'm only going to be outside for 5 minutes. And my ears were so cold by the time I got back in my car. I was so sad. I sat there with my hands over my ears for a moment, trying to make them feel better. It did not work.
I went and picked up the kids, and I'm like, well, I'm not getting out of the car. At most, when I pick up the boys, is I got to crack the window on kid one side of the car to hear the gym teacher with his megaphone say which cone our kids are going to and give any other instructions. And so I had a t-shirt on, and I just threw on a quilted vest, picked them up. And then while we were in the car and they were talking and some inspiration hit for dinner, I'm like, let's go run to the store. Even though I'd already made a run when I dropped them off at school, which is when I got the T-bones. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, oh, I need something with this. And they were requesting some treats and stuff. So I'm like, all right, we'll go to the other store. Actually, we'll go to Myers. And I haven't been to Myers in forever because I avoid it like the plague because the plague.
Also, Shipt is a thing.
Shipt is a
And
thing.
it's delightful.
It's on your phone.
You can put on, it's an app.
Whatever. Anyway, I just decided we're going to run to the store real quick.
Okie dokie.
And so we were running there, but then it's like I park in the parking lot and hop out of the car, and I realize I'm wearing short sleeves with a vest.
Nice.
Yeah. So we moved quickly.
Is that the same thing you're wearing right now?
Same thing I'm
That's
wearing right
hilarious.
now. Didn't have a winter hat on or anything. Just threw on a mask.
Did kid
And
number 4 have a coat?
she had a coat
Okay,
and a
good.
vest.
Okay,
Her little
fabulous.
pink
I don't need
vest
for the tiny one. To be
and long
cold.
sleeves.
Good.
She was good, and winter boots and a
Perfect.
hat. We had her covered. In fact, the hat helped keep on the mask because we forgot one of her. Because usually she
Oh, you
wears
used one of
masks
the
that
big
tie
ones?
because she's got a little face. The older kids, the school issued them masks. Well, I've got one where I've tied a knot in the ear loops, and it kind of holds on, but she still has little ears. But with her winter hat over her ears, that was enough to hold the mask on in place the whole time at the store.
I'm surprised it stayed on that way.
Well, she's getting bigger.
Stop it.
Yeah, does that make you sad?
Yes.
No more.
Do you
Four's
know what-
enough. It's
do
crazy
you-
enough around
I
here.
don't. We're not birthing any more children. No, thank
We're
you.
not adopting anymore either. We're good.
We are not having any more humans in this house. Kid number 1. I went to say goodnight to her tonight, and I found her with a box full of books on her floor.
Oh yes, this is.
And
sad.
I was like, "What are you doing right there? Why are the Olga books in this box?" And she goes, "Mommy, I am too old for them. I'm done with Olga." And I was like, "No."
Olga, the fairy princess books. Like she had a collection
No.
of Disney stories.
This
Those
is
have been.
different.
I know, but those have been shipped off. She's clearing out her books, and like all the little kid stuff is coming out of her room off of
Okay,
her
but
personal
The
bookshelves.
Olga books are actually hilarious, and there's like a blob in there, and they're cartoon doodle stories. And anyways, I was a little bit heartbroken over that. And also, I spied the 77 story treehouse or whatever.
Whatever.
She has all of them, all of the whatever
The
story
100-story
treehouse.
treehouse and
Uh-huh.
everything. Yeah.
All of those were in the box, and I was like, "Oh God, no! I'm not ready for this.
She's a tween.
I don't like it. Tell her to stop it. It's not okay."
At least she's not replacing it with like 50 Shades of Grey or something. That would make your head
Also,
explode.
She's a tween.
Yeah, I know.
Gross. That's gross for adults. Ew.
Just trying to make your head explode
No.
because it's fun to mess with
I
you.
hate you.
Yeah, I know. You mentioned that repeatedly on this podcast.
You say things that piss me off. So.
Oh, it's entertaining.
I hate
So
you.
entertaining. It's part of the fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun.
All right. So you got beat up at work.
I did. But, I mean, it's the job. Behaviors happen sometimes.
Well, you came home one night
The
and like
behaviors are aggression.
we were
and it
putting
happens.
ice packs on your forearm because you're all scratched up, and then
That
now
was-
you look like you've had heart surgery.
But that's only one scratch.
Yeah.
The forearm has like 17 scratches on it.
It's like you got attacked by a kitten.
It does look like I got attacked by a kitten. How is
Well, are you healing up though?
Oh, yeah. I slathered some Neosporin on it. Like
A few
a
times.
deep, solid white layer of Neosporin on my forearm 2 times.
Did it look like you were
And
putting the what's the stuff
You
that
know, like the zinc oxide. That
yeah,
you
they put
on
on a
your
lifeguard's nose,
That's
yeah.
what I put on my arm.
the
2
Crisco
times
looking stuff?
after I hosed it down in hydrogen peroxide because it like burned all day long. It was really weird. So I hosed it down in hydrogen peroxide at work. I hosed it down in hydrogen peroxide when I got home, and then I put on the Neosporin. And then when I woke up in the morning, all of the tiny scratches had already disappeared,
I would say
and it didn't hurt anymore. and
don't
I was
tell your
pretty
friends
excited.
about this episode or this incident at work.
I've already told them.
I mean, well, some of them already listen to the podcast too, but the ones who don't and who weren't at that hangout, because they'll just go, "Oh my god, why?" Well, because somebody's got to work with these kids. They need help, and you're good at it.
I love my clients. I will happily get beat to pieces every single day, and I will
They
keep showing up.
will. I would say
because you
happily
know
beat to
why?
pieces, but it's just part of the normal
Because
reaction.
I know if I am consistent and my plan holds, eventually we're going to get to the part where they stop doing the aggressive thing and they start doing the appropriate
And
thing.
your therapists who work with you consistently run your programs.
Yeah, they usually do.
There's treatment integrity. Yeah.
And I...
Sorry, it's the scientist in me. I have to go. That's a thing. You got to throw that caveat in, but
Okay.
yours are
Anyways.
well trained.
I know that when that day happens, I am going to get all the warm fuzzies, and my therapists are going to get all the warm fuzzies, and that kid is going to be super happy because we're going to like throw reinforcement at them left and right, and then I'm going to tell their parents, and their parents usually cry at that point, and
Which gives you the
I
warm fuzzies.
get more warm fuzzies for that because they're so happy, and I'm so happy, and everybody is just so happy.
Those kind of warm fuzzies, those great feelings of accomplishment and yay, it makes your heart great, heart feel well. Blah, I can't even say anything. Those kind of warm fuzzies are great, but at the moment, I'd rather go for the other kind of warm fuzzies because my feet are so cold at the moment.
is cold
I
in
could
the
get some warm fuzzy slippers or something going on.
Old man slippers.
No, those are actually down the hall in your office.
What do you mean?
My
I don't have old man
no,
slippers.
my old man slippers that I've had
Okay, you've
forever.
had those since you were like a sophomore in high school.
Yeah, I think I saw them the other day in your office.
Those are my mother's slippers. Those are not yours.
Well, they're the same kind of slippers, and they are
Throw
old
them
man
in the
slippers.
I'm going to throw them in the garbage because you're going to show up one day and you're going to have them on your feet.
Not if they're your mother's; they're not going to fit my feet.
Yeah, she left her slippers in the closet.
I mean, unless she's got super giant feet,
So
which
that
might
when
explain
she's-
your giant
when,
feet.
When she and my dad are here, she doesn't get so cold.
Got that one right in there.
What'd you say?
Nothing. You'll have to listen to the podcast.
I don't want to. Tell me what you said.
Making fun of your water ski feet.
I hate you.
I know.
Also,
It hurts because it's true.
Your feet are bigger than my feet.
Yes, they
Also,
are.
you're older than I am. Ha ha.
Haha.
Ha ha.
Suck it. When you get up to 40, we're gonna have like an entire 40 episode just for you.
No, we're not.
Yeah, it's
Nope.
coming up soon too. 40. Like we could podcast right as you turn 40.
No,
I'll
we're not
contact your
going to.
mom, or I'll just look at your birth certificate, what time you were
Disgusting.
born, and we'll like be recording right then. Like, how does it feel to literally turn 40?
What exactly do you think is going to be taking place at that exact moment?
Pissing off my wife, and that's about it. Yeah, entertainment.
Sounds awesome.
I don't know. Maybe
Nobody wants to listen to that.
maybe people want to listen to a divorce. Like the moment that a divorce is.
They did that movie on either Netflix or Amazon Prime, Marriage Story with Adam, what's his face?
Kylo Ren, yeah.
Yeah, and Scarlett Johansson, and I was like, okay,
Black Widow and Kylo Ren. There you go.
I didn't fully understand what that movie was going to be at, and I went into it thinking, okay, this couple has marriage problems, but then I'm sure at the end they're going to work them out, and that is not how that movie goes. It is watching.
Don't spoil it for people.
It's not a spoiler. I just didn't know
It's like
about
watching a train wreck
it. It is
and
watching
not a fun one.
a friggin' divorce, and it's heartbreaking. I don't recommend that. It's actually very well done, so I do recommend it, but it is heartbreaking. So
Does it
be
have a
prepared
happy
with your
ending?
Kleenexes. The ending is not happy, but it's also not overly sad.
Is it more of like, we're just glad this movie's over?
No, the ending is appropriate for what transpires in the movie.
That sounds like a ending of,
It is.
oh, thank God this movie's just over.
No, it is an ending of a marriage. I'm not spoiling anything by saying that.
Well, yeah, well, you're sucking the fun out of this room.
Well, you asked what the ending was like.
I shouldn't have asked.
Well, you can edit this out.
Serves me right.
Serves you
No.
right, Martini Man.
Oh,
No,
my.
we're not editing it out. No.
Oh. All right, what are we talking about tonight? Let's just get into that.
We are going to talk about coaching your kids.
Oh, yeah. Now, this will be fun. We'll have some stories. So, do you need a refill real quick?
Nope.
Okay. I'm going to top off mine. We'll pause for just a minute, do some little segue music and everything, and then we'll get right into it.
Okay.
Okay, we're back. Are you ready?
Yes.
You got enough of old fashioned for this?
For sure.
I will say, out of our other martini
This is
glasses,
old-fashioned number
they've
two.
got, the other ones hold more.
Mm-hmm.
They program. These are much, much smaller, but it's the
It's
nostalgia, the sentimental value of these. They're pretty, but they don't hold quite as much.
Yeah. Also, it's not as sturdy as the other ones.
No, as I'm sitting here and like
You're-
this table is pretty level.
Yeah.
Almost, I mean,
It's-
it's kind of still a little wobbly. There's imperfections in the glass, which is part of what I love about them.
Hand blown glass, though, so it's just really thin hand blown glass.
They are very thin,
Mm-hmm.
which is why we don't have too many of them left.
Also, that's probably why that store doesn't carry those anymore.
Does that store carry anything? Aren't they from Pier 1?
They are from Pier 1. Did the whole company shut down?
I thought
or
they
was
all
it-
went out of business. The
I
local
mean,
one
I know
definitely
the one
did.
in South Bend went out of. Oh,
The one in town went out of business.
yes.
I think the whole thing went out of business.
That sucks.
I don't know.
Pier
I
1.
could be
It's fun in
wrong.
there.
I'm sure we'll get like
Angry
emails
emails.
and direct messages about it.
Oh,
Maybe
well.
if anyone cares anymore.
Stores go out of business.
If they're still open, they're not doing well.
Oh, it's unfortunate.
It is. Anyway, we're talking about coaching your own kids tonight. And we're kind of grouping in everything where it's coaching your own kids and mentoring your own kids and leading groups that your kids are in. So it's not just athletic coaching, it's athletic coaching, mentoring, and even being like a troop leader if you're doing Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, Firefly Girls or whatever. What was the one from Troop Beverly Hills? I know it's made up, but still.
Red.
Future Shoppers of America or whatever.
There is the blue light special scene.
Oh my God.
Kmart
What?
at the end of that movie. It's hilarious.
There's all sorts of scenes. in
Also,
movie.
that store doesn't exist anymore either.
Kmart.
I bet most people don't even know what that means. Yeah.
Well, I mean, what's okay? Yes. Oh, made me lose my train of thought. Well, okay, first off, we have a little experience just working with kids in general or younger people than us. In your case, you started off working with your behavior techs.
I did.
You've helped coach track with me
Mm-hmm.
a few times. You've been Mrs. Coach's wife for years in track and cross country, where you come out and helped with the groups, where I'm like running around in the field and running around the track, and you're just keeping them calm and doing first aid. And basically, what didn't you tell? There was one girl you would repeatedly tell her to just suck it up and toughen up.
Oh,
Oh,
I did.
yeah, you did.
She kept trying
Because
to,
I couldn't tell her, like, I wanted to tell her so bad, just suck it up.
Because
And I
she-
couldn't, and you did.
She had to do the long jump, and she kept trying to convince me that, like, she had some sort of something wrong with her leg. And honest to God, there was nothing wrong with her leg. Her grandfather was right there, and he was like, I've taken her to 2 doctors in the past week. There is nothing wrong with her.
To be fair,
And at
too,
that point, I was like,
I needed her to score points so we could score points. All she had to do was not fault. So she could walk up, step both feet on the whiteboard, and do a 2-foot hop. Basically a foot, even like 6 inches. She would have scored, and that would have been enough for me to have points. And that's all I needed.
that's pretty much what I told her. I was like, you don't even have to jump very far. You just have to, like, show up and do it.
Yeah, don't fault. Don't put your
you
toes
know,
over the line.
Right. And I believe she did it, but there was a lot of whining and a lot of like trying to build her up and tell her, you're tough, you can do this, I know you can.
The important part is she did it.
She did do it.
She did it.
She was very proud of herself for doing it. And you know
Your
what?
bedside manner might not be the
leg
best
was
in terms
fine,
of
by the
coaching.
way.
Yes, I know. And she went to the trainer and the doctors, and they all said the same thing too.
Yep.
And now she's gone on, and she's an adult, and as far as I know, she's doing fine. But on top of all that, you've been a Girl Scout leader for several years.
I have.
Yay, you.
Yay me. Girl Scouts, it's the best.
And on my side, I started teaching Taekwondo when I was like 9. I mean, we bought the school when I was like 10. So I was teaching there all the time. People older than me, but also kids. I had my behavior techs and my research assistants, which were like our first set of kids. I was also the graduate advisor and then eventually the faculty advisor of a student organization of undergrads when I was a grad student after I finished. Of course, coaching track and cross country and summer racing club and running. Now coaching hockey. And even in there, I was a mentor through junior achievement at one point too.
Yeah.
So I've some experiences with this, and we both know it's different when you're working with groups versus you're working groups and your kid is in that group. Are you trying to coach, lead, mentor your own child versus other children? So that's what this whole episode is about, is talking about coaching. And like coaching is, of course, just for the sake of making it easier to roll off the tongue, coaching, mentoring, leading, coaching your own kid. So this will be fun. And to lead it off, while you were still at work after school, I had kids 1, 2, and 3 come down, and I asked them some questions about, 4 easy questions about what it's like having mom and or dad coaching them.
Okay.
Because
how'd that go?
not the responses I thought.
Okay.
So let's pause for a minute and I'll play those.
Okay.
Kid number 3. How's it going, kid number 3?
Good.
All right, I've got 3 questions for you. Ready?
Yes.
Number 1. What is the best part of having your dad as your coach?
That he gets to coach me.
Okay, why?
That you don't yell.
That's the best part? Why? Did you ever have coaches that yelled at you?
No.
No. But it means this year you definitely don't have a coach that's yelling at you? Okay. Well, then the next question is, what is the worst part of having your dad as your coach?
That I have to stay 2 hours at hockey.
Oh, because I stay and I coach the learn to play age group after you're done, and we don't just go home? Okay, if I didn't coach learn to play after you're done, what would the worst part about me being a coach be? Me being your coach, not just a coach.
I can't think of anything.
Okay. Well, then the next question is, overall, all things considered, how do you feel about having me as your coach?
Happy.
Okay. And would you like me, or for that matter, mommy, be your hockey coach next year?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Kid number 2. How's it going?
Good.
You look like you're ready to be interrogated.
Yes.
Slide closer to the mic.
Okay.
I've been coaching your team for the past few years. So you've had me as a coach for a while. What's the best part of having your dad as a coach?
Helping me learn and helping me learn, do stuff and full ice games and.
Well, don't your other coaches help you with full ice games and learn
Yes.
things? So what's the advantage of having your dad out there?
Is that in practices you always help me with my passes so I can do better in full ice games.
Okay. Yeah. That's how we warm up at the beginning of every practice. You and I get out there and we work on passes.
Yes.
What's the worst part about having your dad as a coach?
I have literally nothing, and I.
Okay, I mean, even if everything's amazing, something's got to be less amazing than the other things, right?
Well, when someone or player isn't behaving, you yell at them.
I do have to get loud. I mean, we're wearing masks,
Yep.
but it's so people don't get hurt. All right. Yeah, I know. You don't like it when I have to be loud. Third question, and there's only 4 questions. Overall, how do you feel about having your dad as your coach?
I feel great, and it makes me want to play hockey more.
Okay. Well, that kind of leads into my next question. Would you like me, or even for that matter, Mom, as your coach next year?
You.
Okay. Well, but you would want one of us to be your coach next year, or would you want somebody completely different?
Want either you or Mom to be my coach next year.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kid number 1, how's it going?
Good.
How was school?
Good.
Excellent. All right. You have had me as a coach for hockey
Yeah.
on and off for quite a while since you began.
Yeah.
You have had me as a coach for running.
Yeah.
You have had your mom as a leader since you started Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is the best part of having your dad or your mom as your coach or as your leader?
They get to help you with it even if you're like not doing it. So like if it for hockey, you get to help.
Would it be easier if I broke this question apart from mom?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the best part of having your dad being your coach, whether that be hockey coach or running coach or whatever?
You get to help me with hockey when whenever we're not at hockey too.
Oh, so you get more access to the coach and more coaching.
Yeah.
Okay, what about the best part of having your mom as your leader?
She makes it more easier for me to understand what's happening.
So you get supplemental teaching. So it's pretty much the same answer for both.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, what's the worst part of having your dad or your mom as your coach or your leader?
I don't know.
I mean,
You're always bugging
it's
me
not
to do
all
something.
it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Even if everything's amazing, something's less amazing than everything else.
You're always bugging me to do stuff.
Well, to work on stuff,
Yeah.
or you mean clean your room?
To work on stuff. Like the goalie exercises
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, but we're also bugging you to clean your room too.
Well,
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Number 3, overall, how do you feel about having your dad or your mom as your coach or your leader?
I think it's fun because then I get to see the coach or leader more often, and I get to talk to them without a mask on, and it's fun.
That is a very 2020, 2021 answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, last one. Would you like us, either me or mom, to be your coach or your leader next year?
Yes.
Even if it meant mom was your hockey coach and I was your Girl Scout leader? Oh, there's a mental picture for you.
Only if you're my hockey coach and mommy's my Girl Scout leader.
Why is that?
Because I'm more used to that.
Oh, okay.
And it'd be weird if it was the other way because mommy can't skate.
She can skate.
She doesn't like to though, and she got mad at me when I.
She skates better than all of her friends. It's scary to watch them out there on skates.
She almost fell over when I bumped her arm.
Well, we'll just have to pat her up. I'm still trying to talk her into that the player versus parent game.
She needs to come.
I've got plenty of sets of full hockey gear, and I've got an array of sizes, and it should fit her.
She has to come.
Well, keep on her.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And those were our kids' adorable little answers.
Yeah, they're pretty cute.
What'd you think?
That's what I expected.
That
Our
they
kids like having us as coaches and leaders.
and they very much want you to go play the parent-kid game.
That's a big hard no from me. No, thank you.
We've got a hockey episode coming up down the road, and it fit in well for that. Come on, think about it. For the quality of our listeners and the podcast, that's entertainment value.
I'm entertaining enough without hockey.
You're coming from the girl who at Michigan Tech used to just be screaming, "Beat him with a stick! Beat him with a stick!"
I'm pretty sure that
fight.
if
I mean,
I
this
am
is college
playing
hockey.
little kid hockey with them, I'm not going to be allowed to beat anyone with a stick, and I'm pretty sure I'd be arrested if I tried. Also, the parents would probably storm the ice and beat me with the stick. So
You would
no, thank
have
you.
to face the wrath of not the rink owner, but Mrs. Rink owner,
For sure.
because
She'd probably kick my ass. No thanks.
that could be a parking lot fight. That would be entertaining.
She'd win.
Well, they got a fence now, so we can charge admission.
I don't fight with people.
I know.
That would just be sad. Everybody would put their money down on Mrs. Coach's, or that's me, Mrs. Rink
You're
owner.
Mrs. Coach's wife. She's Mrs. Rink owner.
Yeah, she'd win. Nobody would make any money. Everybody would be pissed.
If she ever listens to this, at least at most she'll be like appreciative that we didn't name her name.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, though, she's gonna kick my butt for mentioning
Well,
this.
that's your own
I
fault.
know.
It wasn't my idea to bring her up.
Oh well, you should come play.
Nope.
Some of the other parents are coming.
Good for them.
Yeah, including some that don't even play in the league.
Congratulations for them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can come be the scorekeeper then.
Nope.
Play DJ, play some music.
Like, we've been over this. I do not enjoy being cold.
Then come play. It's nice
No.
and warm out there. It's great cardio.
It is ice. No, thank you.
With pads on.
No.
Yeah.
No. I get beat up enough as it is. I'm not adding hockey
You're
to
not
it.
wearing pads.
I should start.
Oh
Be
my god.
great.
All right. So obviously you're not interested in coaching the kids in hockey.
Correct.
How do you feel about being a leader again if our kid does Girl Scouts again?
I like it. It's pretty fun. I like being involved in like the decision making process. I like the brainstorming with my fellow co-leader about what we're going to teach the girls or what we're going to offer the girls as options. I like getting to do all of the adventures and other activities that we go on. Usually we
I feel
will.
kind of bummed for you guys that you haven't gotten to do some of the adventures though that the cohort ahead of you had, like when they went to that one camp and like everybody got the stomach bug and the toilets didn't work and there were bugs everywhere and it was miserable.
Okay, like none of that sounds like fun.
No, but it's like those experiences. Those are life stories that those girls will have
Absolutely.
forever. Of course, they all
And
quit Girl Scouts the next year. But
do you blame them? I don't.
no, I don't.
I
Trying to think what
would
else
heavily encourage my kid to quit after that too.
And there were like birthdays and stuff. But like they were posting pictures, and I'm sitting at home looking at social media, going, "Oh my god, that entire toilet looks like it's a black enamel, but it's just covered in bugs." Is there a plane buzzing our house in the middle of the night or when? Yep. Anyway, keep going.
Okay. Anyways, I like going on all of those excursions with them, and if you are the troop co-leader, you get to attend all of those things. If you're just a regular parent, you have to be like vetted by Girl Scouts to tag along on those things. I think you also have to be a Girl Scout to be able to go on those things, so it's nice. I am all of that, so I get an automatic, yay, you get to go. And then I get to take pictures of all those kids having all that fun, and then I get to make a scrapbook out of it, and that's awesome for me.
You guys have done some fun things, including like you went up and went to a pottery place where it wasn't just like, oh, we get the pre-made pottery and paint it. You guys did the whole
Like Potter's
ghost
Wheel.
thing with the wheel.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
you didn't have Patrick Swayze behind the girls.
They got to throw some clay and
But-
mold a pot, and that was awesome.
Yeah.
Kid number 1 still has it on her dresser. It's very special. And after they formed it, they got to paint it. And that was really, really great.
We had to go pick it up after
No,
a
we
tri-
didn't. Oh, yes, we did.
Yes, we did. It was after one of my triathlons,
Well, it was
which
really
segues into the last episode when we talked about triathlons. But like, I went and did a triathlon, and then we went over and we picked up that stuff, and then we went out to eat
Yes.
and
So
have cocktails.
Okay. I like doing all of that. It's really, I get a kick out of it. I like seeing my kid be engaged in those activities and getting those experiences. I really like that it's something that she and I get to share together. Because if she were just going and I was not a troop leader, we wouldn't have that shared time together. It would just be me driving her around, dropping her off. She'd go have fun with the other leader or other leaders and her friends, and then I would pick her up, and like there would be no sharing happening or no special like bonding time. So it is nice.
But do you find there's challenges given that you're here, you're a co-leader of this entire troop of girls, and then one of them is your child?
Yes, my child, I am hypersensitive to her behavior. I want her to behave in a certain way that I think is appropriate. and she will do things that I think are not quite so appropriate for being in Girl Scouts. Like, she really likes to laugh. I really like to laugh, but she can be very loud, and she doesn't quite understand volume control, nor does she seem to understand a time and a place for everything.
That scene from Austin Powers when he's thawed out and he can't control the volume of his voice.
Ow.
Oh my God.
It's kid number one.
That's okay. Like, there's times at dinner, like, I love what you have to say. I want to hear what you have to say. Could you please bring it down to half as many decibels?
Yeah.
You're blowing out my eardrums,
so
and I'm sitting next to you.
Also, sometimes she just doesn't want to do the things, and I'm there like poking her. Do the things. Do it. You're making me look bad. Do it. Usually that's not the case. So usually she's very, very involved and excited about all the things that we're doing. But every once in a while she has like a tired day during a meeting, and she's just like, I don't want to. Or she looks miserable or in pain or something.
The meetings are, for the most part, virtual.
Oh, God.
So you're, like, I'm usually leaving going to hockey.
It's so hard.
But, like, she's up in her room on her laptop in the Zoom meeting that is the Girl Scout meeting, and you're down in the library on your laptop doing the Zoom meeting, and you get to see her, like,
she will
on her phone texting her friends.
No, she's actually not doing that because we are really quick to call out any of them that we catch doing something like that on Zoom. We're like, hey,
that you catch.
You need to be paying attention.
Sorry, I'm eating an olive.
Yeah. With kid number one, though, during the Zoom, usually towards the end of it, she curls up in a ball and she puts her face on her hand and she looks like she's going to sleep. And I'm like, that is so rude. Stop it. Never mind the fact that there are 4 other girls that are doing the exact same thing. That's my kid. I'm the troop leader. You can't act like that. It's not okay. So I will send her, like, when this happens, I will send her a text, which is incredibly gross. She has a phone that can text message.
Well, even before she had a phone, she had her iPod, and you guys had Messenger Kids.
Still, it's gross. I didn't have a cell phone until I was a senior in college. So
you guys are in the same house, and you're like, and actually you're in the room directly below hers, and you're texting her.
Well, it's not like I can scream at her in the middle of a Zoom meeting, because while they might not be able to hear me, they can definitely see my mouth moving on there. I guess I could turn the camera off, but still, that's also weird.
But you're not in the same room where you can, like, throw
I can't.
A throw pillow at her, and you can't, like, sit on the couch next to her. You can elbow her.
At the beginning, we were doing these meetings, like, right next to each other in the same room, and she would start doing this kind of stuff, and I would literally poke her, and then she would give me the look, and I'd be like, "You're embarrassing me. Stop it right now."
Well, the mic picks up everything.
I would mute it.
No.
Yeah, but they could totally see, like, me giving crazy eyeballs to my kid, and and kid number one going, I'm so sorry. And then it would be like, no,
she's very expressive too.
You cannot start crying right now in the middle of a Zoom meeting. It's not good.
Kid number one should never play poker. She has no poker face.
She doesn't at all. But yeah, so it's good. I'm so tired. I am.
I am too.
It's good, and it's, got its moments where it's not so great. Mm-hmm. How about you as their hockey coach?
Or even kid number one's running coach, and soon to be number 2. He's been asking me to teach him.
Let's talk about hockey, because you're currently doing hockey.
Yeah, we're currently in hockey season. We're almost to the end of winter hockey season. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's I don't have to really. What I really love about our kids is they are really well behaved and disciplined, so we don't have to worry about the misbehavior and the screwing around and the disrespect and actually this season more than any of the other seasons we're running into that. It feels like the kids, I mean, there's always some where they just act up or they can't pay attention, and even if they're trying their hardest they can't pay attention because they're little.
Mm-hmm.
This year with some of the older groups like the 10-year-olds and 12 and 14s, it's just like blatant disrespect, and I don't know if it's just something manifesting out of COVID or what, but it's like, or other coaches just don't have that, what we like to call stimulus control, instructional control. One thing I've instilled when you come to my station is I don't care what the other coaches are doing. You come here, you come straight to me. You don't go over and start playing with the drill and flipping the cones and knocking the tires over and taking the pile of pucks we have and scattering them everywhere. You come to me and you find out what we're doing, because we got work to do.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have fun, but if I have to spend if I got 8 minutes at the station and I got to spend 7 of it herding the cats, we're not going to get to do anything fun. So come straight to me and we'll get it. And here's the thing, like even the learn to play kids, who some of them are like 4 and 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think 5 years old. They've figured it out. And
Well,
all the
yeah,
others have
because
figured it out.
they don't have a whole like long history with coaches and how you can act and how you can't act.
And even the old kids, the ones I have the hardest time was with the kids off the travel team. And then they were doing it to all the coaches, and then I started calling them out by name. And it's like, because I had a mascot, they didn't realize, like, yeah, I've known you since you were 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you pulled that crap back then. Now you're 11. You're still doing the same crap. Or, I play hockey with your dad. I know who you are. Yeah, I expect more out of you. I know all you guys, even though you don't have your names on your helmets anymore, I know who you are. So it's nice that our kids, we don't have that kind of misbehavior, but it is challenging, with the running piece with kid 1, like when we went and did a 5K and she's screaming at the top of her lungs, I can't breathe, I can't make it, in tears, and I look like a horrible father. And even like her first year in Learn to Play, she's out there screaming, crying, my legs hurt. And I look like the horrible father who's pushing her through and we get in the car, like, that was so much fun. I love it. I can't wait to do it again. I'm like, could you please, how about scream that on the ice? Instead of like, on the course or out on the ice when she was little. And it's like, why are you telling me this in the car, but out on the ice? It's like, I don't know. I'm sorry. It's like
all the emotions.
Running
is hard.
And running was hard. And we went through it and she did great. But sometimes it's hard when you're coaching your kids, and our kids are not the superstar athletes, and I think I even said this when we switched schools to people who said, "Oh, you guys are just switching schools for sports because Marco's a coach and all he cares is about sports, and he needs to understand school's more important." I'm like, are you f***ing with me? I'm a PhD. Nerds. I'm a former professor. We are nerds. We are school first, but.
Sure, you go ahead and blame.
There are important lessons in sports, and none of our kids are going to be professional athletes. None of them are going to be star athletes.
It's probably not going to happen.
No, but it's good for that social development. It's good for confidence. It's good for physical development. It's definitely good for like kid 2 with his motor skills and everything. Yeah, and muscle tone. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of benefits to it, and I do put value in it, but it's it's not above academics.
Nope.
Yeah, but it's still like I think I spoke about it on the last podcast though, where kid 2 and I were working on defense stuff and we were drawing up diagrams, and he knew exactly he'd go be an NHL coach. He knows where the defenseman belongs, but we got him out on the ice and it was like a hot mess. And so there's a part where you get frustrated as a coach where it's like, oh my god, and I'm the one that did the lineup and put him there. But they got to learn, and yeah, so it is harder when it's your kid. I guess I kind of also relate to it too because I went through Taekwondo with my dad. We bought the school, but he was also, the lead instructor, the head instructor, the master instructor, and that was just kind of like how I grew up. I grew up around that kind of coaching, teaching, instructing environment.
Mm-hmm.
So, not saying it's not hard, and you try not to. I know you got to be fair too. You can't do there's some coaches who are like. Clearly, they're just there to set the stage for their kid to be the star and put all the pieces around it. And I don't feel that's right. I feel, if anything, I'm harder on my kids just to make sure that other people know I'm not, giving them my own children all the advantages.
Yeah.
So I'll be a little bit harder on my kids, which I don't know is necessarily fair to my kids all the time, but it's not overly. It's not mean.
Terrible.
It's not terrible. But it also, my kids know they got to work too.
Mm-hmm. I do the same thing with Girl Scouts and kid number 1. If we're doing some sort of public experience, so we did international bazaar, and we got picked to be color guard, and the girls were practicing all of the parts. Everybody had to try every part for it. And with kid number 1, I was like, okay, well, when you're holding the flag, it would be better if you do it this way versus how you were doing it, where it was willy-nilly because we want to respect the flag and blah, blah, blah. And with the speaking, I was like, okay, you did a great job, but this time be louder and make sure you enunciate more. I didn't give any of that feedback to any of the other girls. It just wasn't necessary, but like I wanted my kid to be really good at it, no matter what her job.
Now, even though we're a little bit harder on our kids, just to make sure that other people know that we're not being like, oh, it's fine. You know, there are some perks to being the coach's kid or the leader's kid.
Yeah.
Like, what do you have going on with Girl Scouts that might be seen as a perk? Whereas at the same time, we're also like, we expect more out of them. We expect them to behave more, but there is a trade-off. And part of that too is because there's time we put into all the other kids that cuts into their time with their parent.
We will ask kid number 1 and my co-leader's kid what their opinions are of some of the ideas that we have for different journeys that we're going to do with the girls in Girl Scouts. So for example, like if it comes down to like first aid versus like taking care of pets, and my co-leader and I are having a hard time picking which topic to do because we both want one of them, we will send it sometimes to the girls and say, hey, what do you think about one of these? Or what do you think about both of them? And which would you rather do? And sometimes we'll ask them, hey, you've been through the book. What kind of badges do you want to work on? Whereas if you're not the leader's kid, we do ask the girls, but we are asking our kids this well in advance of the actual meetings. Like in the summer when we're planning the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then when we're actually in meetings, we do take a vote with all of the girls to get their opinions. And we are only doing the ones that they want to do, but we do take into consideration like what our own specific kids want, and we make sure to throw that in as an option too. It's a nice little perk. I think so. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How about you? What are the perks to being a coach's kid?
And there's a lot of little ones. One is a little bit extra ice time, like with Kid 3. And he mentioned when he was on before that doesn't really enjoy having to hang out at the rink for an hour after he finishes playing. But some of those times where he didn't bring anything to do, I'm like, you know what? Leave your stuff on, stay out on the ice, and help me coach. And I relate to this because it was how I was growing up. You help Dad teach. That's how I learned to teach and coach. And so I've had him come out and stay with me for the learn to players. And I've had some kids ask, why does Kid 3, and they call him by name, get extra ice time? Why does he get to go out and stay out, and while you kick the rest of his age group off?
Mm-hmm.
And actually, they ask about him, and then one of his teammates. Why does that one get to stay too? The rest of us have to get off. I'm like, because Kid 3 and Kid 3's teammate both have dads who are out there coaching, and we're using them. They're being assistant coaches. I refer to them as Coach Kid 3,
mm-hmm.
and even the other kid, I refer to him as Coach 3's friend, or Coach Kid 3's friend, co-teammate.
It's a lot of words.
It's a lot of words. I name him by name, but I don't want to call out his name on here. He's a minor. I don't think his parents would appreciate if we named him right on our podcast.
Probably not.
They know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Nice little guy, very friendly. I do love when we walk into the rink and he's there already. He's back in the skate room. His little head pops over and he smiles and he says, hello. Very friendly, like little Mr. Customer Service right there.
Yep.
He's a lot of fun. So there's that. But at the same time, and Kid 2 has some input on what position he plays, and I listen and it factors in. But at the same time, he very much likes to play center. And right now I've told him, you're not getting center unless you skate hard like a center. If you're just going to kind of coast your way end to end, go play winger.
Yeah.
You gotta be back on defense to help the defenseman, and you got to skate up and be at the front of the play.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't mean, you get exactly the position you want. There are some benefits in terms of, for Kid 3, if the goalie doesn't show up or isn't dressed in time, it's like, guess what? You're getting in the pads. And at that age level, we joke about it. One of my fellow coaches one of the other teams, where we both coach the U12 team. We're joking about their goalies. It just seems like Murphy's Law. Their goalies bail quite often. It's Saturday morning. It's time for another kid to be goalie, and they don't show up. So his kid, it's quickly get into the goalie pads.
Nice.
It's just it's a coach's kids thing. Is you get to be
perk.
You're the backup goalie by default.
Mm-hmm.
So there's little things like that. There's all these little perks like that that come with being the coach's kid. But I guess that is a good trade-off, given that, as a coach, you got to kind of balance what's best for your kid, that kind of parent role, and what's best right for the group, because you are responsible and you've been charged with the responsibility for that entire group. And you're constantly, if you're doing a good job at it, you're constantly weighing that and balancing it. And if it's got to tip one way or another, at least in terms of the field of play, a lot of times we err, if we're doing a good job, we err on the side of what's better for the group as a whole, within reason. But at the end of the day, geez, we got to go home and face these kids.
We do.
We still have to be mom and dad when we get home, so you can't be too hard on them because you got to face them. I don't know. Do you have any good other anecdotes, stories to relate?
I do not.
I don't know. What about baseball? At one point, the baseball coach kept trying to get me when Kid 3 was playing baseball, kept trying to get me to go out and help. I'm like, I didn't play baseball growing up, but you did, and you were the one that was out in the yard working with Kid 3 on how to catch and field grounders and all that.
I don't think I should be the one to coach baseball or softball for our kids because I am way too competitive for that, and I am kind of a perfectionist. No, I am a perfectionist, and the way that
is that why you're better for Girl Scouts than like competitive things with like blunt objects that you swing and hit things with?
I want him to throw the ball correctly, and he wasn't doing it, and I got super. But there are just some things that you should not coach for your own kids, and that is apparently one for me.
Yeah, right up there with the kid on the spectrum who has got some, had challenges on muscle, fine muscle, and gross motor skill. Suddenly we discover he's the one that can catch the baseballs and throw in a straight line.
Yeah, that was pretty.
That was a shocking discovery.
Amazing. I was very shocked by that. He's so proud of himself, and I was proud of him, and we were just like, holy crap, where did this come from? Meanwhile, kid number 3 is flopping around on the ground because he missed another ball and couldn't handle that because he's mine.
He struck me as the guy from, third baseman or shortstop in Major League who's doing ole. He's like, put your body in front of it. At least if it takes a hop, it hits you in the chest. No, we're going to stick our little arm up there and go, whee, there it goes. And then stare at it as it keeps rolling away.
Yes. I will say that watching T-ball games was probably one of the funniest experiences
I like the fight that broke out between twins over who was going to bat next.
Bat at the same time.
And then the one who said no, he was next in the order, and so then he went and stood on the home plate.
Well, because that father was the pitcher and the coach of that team, so he scooped one up in his arm, and then he plopped him down on the pitcher's mound and was like, wait. And then he threw to his son, and the son finally hit the damn ball. And then that other kid, as soon as that ball was in the air, that other kid went marching up to the plate, and he was like, it's my turn to bat, throw, Dad. And the dad was like, we're still playing the field right now. It is not time for you to bat. It's so funny.
I think the highlight of the season for me was when our kid 3 hit the ball, which, they always hit the ball, but hit the ball and ran to the correct base without being corrected. He started the season always running to third base. And when he, without prompting, hit the ball and ran to first, I'm like, yes, we've achieved something.
I liked when he
But they kept trying to get me to go out there and be like a base coach. There was one game where I'm out there, I'm in flip-flops and shorts, and I'm, trying to keep an eye on my other kids who are back in the bleachers and playing on tablets and stuff. And it's like, I had never played baseball. I can herd cats with the best of them, but
my favorite.
These little guys are stomping through with cleats on, and I'm wearing sandals.
Or rubber cleats. Not even painful cleats, but
they're painful if you're wearing flip flops.
Kid number 3 was playing infield. I think he was second base or something. And he
to be fair, outfield is still their heels are on the grass. They're all infield.
He was out there playing infield. Nobody was really hitting the ball in his direction. Nobody was throwing it in his direction. So he decided to make some sand castles.
He did that a lot of
games. In the middle of the game, and I was just like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this to me? I've explained this game to you so many times. And you're making sand castles? No, stop it.
It didn't faze me. We had gone through the phase with kid number 2 who would play for about 10 minutes, and when he was a mite at U8. And then he'd go on autopilot, and even the other parents was like, well, insert kid 2's name here. guess he's on autopilot because then he would just skate circles. I mean, the kid could skate really, really well, but he would just skate circles around the half sheet of ice we had.
He didn't flop on the ground and just lay there like
He
a
has
slug.
come a long way, and I'm still impressed. This has been his best year of hockey
Yeah.
so far. Really engaged. But we got more stories like this, and we can bore people to death with them. But let's just dive into our big three takeaways when it comes to coaching your own kids. Kind of just putting a cap on all this. What are the takeaways from all of this?
Seasons end. Teams disband, troops dissolve, but family is forever. Dad and mom role has to come first.
That's true. I mean, whether it's a game, a practice, a meeting, whatever, you got to get in the car or at least see them at the dinner table after you exit your respective rooms and get off your Zoom call.
Yeah, 2020.
And you got to face them.
Mhm.
And you got to face them forever. So don't forget you're their parent.
Mm-hmm.
Our number 2 takeaway, though, is also keep it fair. You are there to serve all the kids in the group, whether it's a team or group, a troop, whatever, not just yours. So while you have to face yours at the end of the day and for the rest of life, you have a responsibility to not only serve them, but serve all the kids there, because that's why you're there in a leadership role.
Yep, I've had this conversation with kid number 1 with Girl Scouts. There's been certain badges that she has desperately wanted to do, and we put it to a vote with all the other girls, and she'll get outvoted. Like, that badge will get outvoted, and she takes it so personally. And then she goes, but Mom, you're the co-leader. Like, you can just make this happen. And it's, no. The whole troop voted on it, and they decided they wanted to do this over here. They did not want to do the drawing badge, and I'm sorry, you can do it on your own.
It's a
But the whole troop is not going to do it right now.
troopocracy, not a troop-tatorship.
Troopocracy. But that's what it is.
You're not the troop-tator.
Troop-tator.
That's a great whole sequence out of what is that from
Not
another
Another
teen
Teen
movie?
Movie.
Yeah.
That movie's great.
Only it was for cheer, but still.
Cheerocracy. I'm the cheer-tator.
Oh my God.
She'll cheer do.
Oh, so funny. Fun. And that's our third point is you got to
Yeah.
have fun because you need to enjoy it too. If you're miserable, it's going to translate. It's just going to be
Kids
toxic.
are just going to feed off of it.
Kids will pick up on it and
everybody
they'll
will be
hate whatever.
miserable.
Yeah, it's a downward spiral. So you got to be sure you're having fun too.
Mhm.
I think a great piece of advice I got when I first started coaching is you can't care more, especially in sports, you can't care more than the kids do. But
Yeah.
you do have to care and you do have to have fun and you do have to have enjoyment. In my mind, it's okay to have more enjoyment. Like, there were track and cross country meets and even hockey games where I've come out of there going, that was fun. And the kids were all like, but we f***ing lost. And yeah, you have sworn at it too. And like, to me, that actually cracks me up too. I love that they care. I love the passion. But part of it is it's a game and you want to have fun. And that clarity in your 40s is one thing. That clarity in less than 10 isn't there. And you just got to enjoy it. You got to enjoy it. They got to enjoy it. Ultimately, the big thing is like, are you having fun? Are we all having fun?
Mhm.
And then hopefully you're learning something while you're having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And nobody's getting hurt. That's the other thing too, which gets back to like why Coach Marco sometimes has to get loud because it's like, you will not swing that stick out of somebody else's head. Get your stick on the ice.
That's great.
Yeah. If they're doing something that's going to risk hurting somebody else, that'll get me riled up pretty fast because we're all there to have fun and a good time, and
No injuries, please.
being like, having somebody swing a stick at your head is not a good time.
Yep.
Oh, those little kids are dangerous.
Little
Yeah,
kids are dangerous.
they are.
And they're fearless, and they
So
don't.
I think this is a topic we can reapproach a few other times in subsequent episodes, but I think that's a good intro to coaching your kids, and those are really boiling it down to the 3 main takeaways
Mhm.
that people can use going forward if they're getting into this. Actually, I just saw that one of my college friends just got roped into. She's going to be the head coach of soccer for her son's soccer team of 3 to 5 year olds.
That should be fun to watch.
Yeah, I believe she didn't use this phrase. The vibe coming off of it was a FML, my life. Yeah. Feel her pain. Before we go, though, Jessica, we got to get into the Red Arrow Challenge. And the Red Arrow Challenge is our weekly virtual multi-sport challenge like no other. We've got way more options available across the age groups, compete in any of the categories or the composite points. And we give a shout out to the champions in each age group for each category every week. And for the most recent week that was completed, the champions are...
Swimming.
No, swimming in the middle of winter. No kidding. But 20 to 29, Gator Boy.
Running.
9 and under, Easy E. 10 to 19, Lucky Dude. 20 to 29, Gator Boy. 30 to 39, Rando 7. 40 to 49, Mob Bob. Let me say that again. Mob Bob. That is a tongue twister. All right. 50 to 59, G Smith. No one older than that. And for our featured members, me.
Walking.
9 and under, Easy E. 10 to 19, Lucky Dude. 20 to 29, Lexi. 30 to 39, Moose Man. 40 to 49, Coffee Dude. 50 to 59, Herb. 60 to 69, Sunny D. And for our featured members, me.
Biking on road.
20 to 29, HKaner 305. 30 to 39, Cyclopath. 40 to 49, Nobody. 50 to 59, AR Miller. 60 to 69, Kilogram Ill. For our featured members, nobody, because it was a crazy busy week and I didn't get on the trainer.
Biking off road.
20 to 29, Husky Mike. 30 to 39, Dirt Devil.
Sit down paddling.
Whole lot of nobody. That's not their username. That's just like nobody did it.
Stand up paddling.
20 to 29, Gator Boy. 30 to 39, Me West. 40 to 49, weren't crazy enough to go stand up paddling in the middle of winter. 50 to 59, Mary Mary. 60 to 69, Sunny D. And for our featured members, yeah, not us. We live in Michigan.
Cross country skiing.
20 to 29, Husky Mike. 30 to 39, Alberto. 40 to 49, El Tiburon 95. 50 to 59, Big Juan 64. 60 to 69, Pac Mac. Featured members, not us.
Skating.
20 to 29, Lexi. 30 to 39, Me West. 40 to 49, Coach T. 50 to 59, Teddy 68. 60 to 69, MRH 313. And featured members, me.
Hockey.
9 and under, Yellow Ninja. 10 to 19, Soleil. 20 to 29, Sid with 2 Ds. 30 to 39, Wildcat with a K. 40 to 49, Great Juan with the number 8 in there. 50 to 59, Herb. 60 to 69, MRH 313. Featured members, me.
Points.
Points. I'll probably get a text message again with this.
Fine. Points.
Coach Dan loves it when you do the points thing. Points. 40 to 40 to 49. 9 and under. Jeez,
Wow.
It's been a late night. Easy E. 10 to 19, Soleil. 20 to 29, Gator Boy. 30 to 39, Moose Man. 40 to 49, Coach T. 50 to 59, Herb. 60 to 69, Sunny D. Featured members, me.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got a busy morning tomorrow. You hopefully will get to sleep then.
Sleep.
We're starting the build up towards the end of the winter hockey season. So for Kid 3's group, they have a 2-weekend tournament. We do one weekend. We do pool play that sets up the seating for the bracket for the final week in the championship of half ice games. But they've been playing cross ice, so half ice is something different. So we're gonna do half ice this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So that's bright and early in the morning. Then I coach the Learn to Play kids. Then I come home for a little bit. And then kid number 2 has a game, full ice game. And then after that, kid 1's game against a team from Indiana got canceled because that whole team's quarantined right now.
Well, that's a bummer.
COVID exposure. So quickly I put together a tournament, a half ice tournament. We broke them into little tiny teams and we're going to play, or not half ice, cross ice. They're into 4 teams, and they're going to play a cross ice double elimination tournament, and then also the U4 teams are going to do the same thing. So we got all that going on, and then I get to come home. Finally, yay! And by that time, it'll be time for a
you
cocktail.
signed everyone up for it, so
I know, and they enjoy it.
right.
Kid 1 gets to play goalie like for the full hour.
Shocking.
She gets to play for all the teams.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kid
That's
number
good.
2 is actually going to be rounding out the lineups for kid number 1's thing, so he's playing a doubleheader.
Cool.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Good.
Yeah. You know, it'll be also fun?
Sleep.
That and you coming out and playing the parent-kid
I'm
game.
not.
There's
going
2
to.
different ones to choose from.
No, thank you.
We'll see about that.
We will see about that.
You're stubborn, but maybe you get tired enough that you agree to it.
I'm not gonna do that. I
Enough
really hate.
cocktails.
There's not enough alcohol in the world for me to just say, yes, I would love to do it so I can freeze my ass off.
You're not gonna freeze
Nope.
your ass off.
You want to bet?
You get sweaty just putting the gear on.
No, I
Yeah.
don't want to wear the gear. I don't want anything to do with it.
It smells great.
No, it doesn't. It smells like
Does not smell like it smells like BO, but it doesn't smell like
That's-
fermented BO. You know, it's not like as bad as the high school players. They
Oh,
smell
stop,
like
stop.
BO,
Just stop.
Axe body spray, and apple scented shampoo.
Such a bad smell.
Oh my god.
This is so wrong.
Well, now that we've grossed everybody else out,
Great.
this has been another episode of the Red Arrow Health and Wellness Podcast. We drop episodes every Monday. Check them out. Listen to all the ones online. This has been episode number 53, so there's 52
Ooh.
other ones to listen to if you made it through this one without getting grossed out.
Okay.
But until next time, Jessica,
Marco.
you still there?
Yep.
All right. It's been fun.
Loads of fun.
All right. Let's put you to bed.
Let's do that.
All right. Bye.
Bye.